Hi, Alexandra.
Hey.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you. The show is incredible. I couldn't stop binge watching. I'm so excited for people to see it. So my first question is actually for both of you because I wanted to get your perspectives as writers and directors, and it's more of a curiosity because Presumed Innocent 1990 is still considered like this classic thriller. So when you get a script for this in series version, do you ever get the curiosity as in why it's getting made, or what are the first thoughts that go through your mind when you get something like this? Like you realize that, oh my God, this movie already had such an incredible cast.
Great. Well, I think that one of the things I think is very special about this is that Presumed Innocent 1990 was based on a book, and Presumed Innocent 2024 went back to that original source material, the book by Scott Turow, because we were using eight episodes to really flesh out like all of the dynamics that are at play in this really riveting story. So I was really appreciative of like when I spoke to Shar White, one of the executive producers, and he was like, we're not looking at 1990. 1990 is iconic. It lives in its own space. We're trying to do something fresh and new with the book. And so I was like, that sounds great. I'm excited. Let's do it.
That's the thing, I guess, about a novel is there is so much breadth to it, and to some extent putting something on screen is a contraction. So with that 2-hour movie, there's so much of the story that wasn't told, and I think there was a real opportunity with a master like David E. Kelly who can come in and take out all the wonderful things which are in the book and put them on screen. And the way he's done it is so compelling, it's so thrilling, it's so nuanced that I really think audiences are going to love it.
I especially love the DNA part of it, the cell phones, the technology, everything. It made it so just different and from our times. So OT, I'm not sure what I was expecting from your character. I mean, I already knew you weren't going to be Luke, but Luke is the character I've been used to for so many years. So as soon as I heard your voice in that first scene, I was like, oh, I do not like this person. So tell me about that voice. Where did it come from, and why do you think it makes it so effective for your character?
Well, so there's this technique I learned in drama school once, where you go through, and one of the things you do is you write down everything everyone else says about your character. I was a little offended, to be honest, when I did that, because everyone talks about the character as being like verbose and I can't say all the negative
less
words.
Flattering than that.
Yeah, less
verbose is as complimentary as it gets.
So, and I started thinking about characters that made me feel like that, and I remembered the bad guy. I can't remember his name. The bad guy in Ghostbusters. And I went back and watched it, and he had this amazing voice. He was very much like annoying and annoyed all the time, and I was like, oh, that's such a good voice. So anyway, I started developing it and working with dialect coaches, and then came that voice on stage.
And Nana, your character seems to be like the only one that's very driven by the investigation, the evidence. She doesn't have an agenda against Rusty. So did you draw for your character someone from the original film, or someone you might have already played?
Yeah, no, I think I didn't. I think it was very fresh. It was very new. This was my, I believe, first time playing a detective. And usually I'm kind of averse to detective roles because they can be so two-dimensional. But what I appreciated about this was that she has her allegiance to both colleagues, right? Like both to Carolyn and to Rusty. And so she's struggling, with what to believe. And so the only kind of thing to do is stay the course and take in the evidence as it comes, and, kind of come up with a conclusion based on that. So she's just kind of getting pulled in both directions.
Thank you both for your time. The series is excellent, and congrats.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.